Hello. Hey, everyone. My name is Shatini Reese. How's it going? Happy Wednesday evening. As promised, I am live talking to you about resume tips as well as interviewing tips. Because as I stated in my introductory video, it's the summer and you may be wondering what's out there in the market. What's new? What's going on? What's happening? And so I'm hoping that I get some folks that will join me here. And for the next 14 days, we will be live talking to you about every aspect of the resume, as well as various tips for interviewing. Are you ready? So I thought we can't necessarily talk about the resume or start to talk about the resume unless we first make certain that you know your passion, you know your purpose. Because let's face it, working at a job all day long, every day, and that's not necessarily what you're supposed to do, can be a total downer, right? And so I thought before we even get into the details and specifics about updating your resume, let's spend a little bit of time making certain that you're doing what you're actually meant to do, what you have been created to do. And so please, when you come on, definitely tell me hello, let me know that you're here and you can hear me. Feel free to share a couple of comments and say, hey, Shatanice, I'm here. And if you happen to catch this in the replay, then you can also let me know that you're watching this, watching the replay. All right. So let's talk a little bit about purpose and passion. So do you know your passion? Do you know your purpose? And if not, do you know how to discover it? How do you feel when you're doing something that you love to do? So let's take a moment, let's pause and really reflect. When's the last time I did something and I lost myself in that particular activity? That may be a cue, a clue to what you're supposed to be doing. If you can do it effortlessly and time just simply passes by and you look up and you're like, oh my goodness, I've been doing this for about an hour. That may be the cue that you need in order to really prepare yourself and get ready for that next step. And so I'd love to hear your comments or share with me what is it that you enjoy doing, that you do without any effort, and time just flies by, it just passes by. Please feel free to share that in the comments. That might be an indication of what your purpose is. Also, what is it that people say that you do? And I see that I have a couple folks joining us. Hey, everybody, how are you? I see you, Steve. I see you, Chandra. Chandra, I want to make sure I say that correctly. So thanks for joining me. But yes, what is it that people say? Hey, when you do that one thing, I love it. Can you do that for me again? If people are constantly asking you to do something on a regular basis, that might be your key to what your purpose is. And for those of you who are just tuning in, you are in for a treat. This is day one of the resume and interview tips, but our first day we're focusing on our purpose. We don't want to spend any time working on a resume that is not built to get us into what we are supposed to be doing. We want to be living on purpose. I want you to be living on purpose. Something else, in addition to thinking about what people say constantly about you, they compliment you on, or they say that you do very well, and thinking about activities that you enjoy doing on a regular basis. In addition to those two tips, what aggravates you? is there something that really, really, truly aggravates you? I used to think that I should be working in waste management because littering has been a pet peeve of mine for a long time. And I remember wanting to actually drive around with gloves and one of those little grabbers so that I could actually pick trash up because it just aggravated me to see people flicking things out their window, and also to see things on the side in terms of trash. But I also enjoy being in a classroom and facilitating, and so that's my passion. And people tell me on a regular basis, you do that so well. You do that so well, and so I have been striving to operate in my passion. Because when you operate in your passion, not only do you get a great sense of joy out of what you're doing, but those around you also benefit from you operating at your greatest potential, you operating at something that you love to do. And so I'm a big proponent of people operating in their passions. So take a moment if you are not quite certain, take the rest of the day to kind of reflect and perhaps journal. Journaling also is a great way just to kind of get things out of your head and just to dump them onto paper. And you could host a little poll. Ask the individuals who are closest to you, hey, what are my strengths? What do you see that perhaps I don't see on a regular basis? And I guarantee you, by writing those things down as people are talking to you about what they see as your talents, you'll start to see a theme. And so as you're identifying various themes, that will help you to understand and get a better sense of what your purpose is and what your passion is. So to recap, we are going to be spending now the next 13 days talking about your resume and preparing you for an upcoming interview or a future interview. But first, we've got to make certain that you know what your passion is and what you have been created to do. And how do you do that? You think about what you like to do, and you do it effortlessly. Time just flies by, and you'd be willing to do that without any money. You think about what people compliment you on a regular basis. If they're telling you often, you do that so well, take note. And you're actually reflecting, you're conducting some self-reflection. What is it that gets under your skin? What is it that aggravates you? Because that may be where you need to be. That may be your niche. If you don't like to see kids suffering, maybe working with children. If you don't like to see the homeless, perhaps getting into social work. If you are just pained when you see individuals in the hospital, perhaps doing some type of hospital work may benefit for you. But thinking about your purpose and your passion will help you get ready and prepare for a fulfilling lifetime and career. And then lastly, another way to identify your purpose and your passion is to ask those who are closest to you what you do that you do very well. And they will tell you. And as you write those ideas down, themes will start to emerge. I can't wait to hear what your passions are. So I hope you will stick with me for the next 13 days as we talk about various things. So you don't want to miss tomorrow, because tomorrow we are going to talk about the beginning, the top of the resume, where all of the contact information should be. So I will share with you some do's and don'ts and some other tips that will make that area extremely attractive. And I'm also fielding questions. So if you have some questions that you'd like to ask of an HR professional who's been in the field for 20 years, can you believe I've been in HR for 20 years? And the breadth of my experience has been in recruiting. So I have seen a gazillion, yes, that's an actual number, a gazillion number of resumes. I have conducted thousands of interviews. And so I want to share with you what works, what doesn't work, and really get you prepared for that next step. I'm also available for personal one-on-one coaching. So if that's something that's of interest to you, let me know. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can certainly find me here on Facebook. You can email me. It's my first name, Shatanice, at superextraordinarymom.com. So I hope you tune in tomorrow. It will most likely be at the same time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But if you have this page, this website, this Facebook page connected where you can get notifications whenever we go live, whenever that is, you will be ready to go. And then check back regularly. Because I'll post these every day. I'll post these every day for the next 13 days, and you don't want to miss any day. You're going to really benefit. So thank you for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye.